E.T. said to Xiao home, and gave an alien comic Xiao. Because he had spiritual feelings with E.T., he knew that E.T. wanted to go home. Although Xiao was reluctant to give up E.T., he also tried his best to find E.T. who could make radar, the telephone materials, and the American team on the other side was also an E.T. They listened to the phone calls of the entire town, and finally locked in Xiao family, Xiao, and handed the materials they found to E.T. I used my own ability to create a phone. On this day, Xiao and her brother and sister took advantage of Halloween costumes to bring E.T. out. Xiao took E.T. to the open space at the top of the mountain to make a phone call. When I was about to walk up the mountain, E.T. used his ability to take Xiao and the car to fly. At the top of the mountain, Xiao helped E.T. make a construction call. I didn't expect this call to really work, but I didn't receive a response until the evening. E.T. looked forward to going home in the sky, and Xiao also left tears of reluctance, but Xiao still stayed with E.T. On the second day after dawn when he woke up, he found that E.T. was gone and Xiao returned home, but he was seriously ill. His brother Mike found Cheese E.T. by the water. When his mother saw the seriously ill E.T. lying with Xiao, he was full of panic and anxiety. E.T., whose life was powerful, saw Xiao's mother. One word came out wrong. Although several children repeatedly explained to their mothers that E.T. would not hurt him, this did not reduce Xiao's mother's fear of facing the depressed fear. In panic, he forced several children out of the room, looking at them and shouting for their mothers. E.T. were being left in the room with a coup. Then he found that the investigators of the E.T. line were all pretending to be loud. Xiao Pulan, faced with the kind-hearted E.T. who was on the verge of death, regarded it as a flood beast without restraint, and did not hide their inner fear. Poor innocent E.T. saw the heavily armed investigators. E.T., who stretched out his hands and shouted that Jia Bingley was dead, separated from Xiao, otherwise Xiao would also die. After E.T. died, they left time for Xiao and E.T. to say goodbye. When Xiao was about to leave, the withered tail flowers bloomed again, and E.T. was alive again. It turned out that his family received a call from him to pick up his Xiao, so he and his buddies tried to get E.T. out, and brought E.T. to the top of the mountain. E.T. Lindsay and Xiao said goodbye one by one and sent flowers. It also reconnected the relationship with the children, and finally E.T. returned to his family with a flying saucer. On the one hand, the movie shows the pure and innocent nature of children, and on the other hand, it shows the narrow emotions in human nature through the various ways adults treat E.T. These all show us that the adult world is full of profound rejection and indifference to flying classes. The trust and compatibility between humans and non-humans are almost lost. Love is getting narrower and narrower, which can't be said to be the sorrow of human nature. On the contrary, as a child's little love, his dead friend is deeply heartbroken, and all the viewers are moved by it. Well, today's movie recommendation is coming to an end here. If you think it's good, like it, pay attention to and support us. We'll see you next time. But the adults finally found out, and he pretended to dissect the story of children who spontaneously won the little alien. The story takes place in a certain state in the United States. A UFO landed in a forest. Aliens walked out of the flight, and a little alien ran too far. A group of American players came to the Star Tracer, and the alien used the red light flashing on his chest as a reminder of the call. When the red light flashed on the little alien, the Americans found out that they found chasing after him. Due to the long distance, the little alien didn't get to the flying saucer in time and flew away, so the little alien had to hide. It's a city at the foot of the mountain. Xiao has dinner with his brothers and sisters. When Xiao went out to get pizza, he found movement in the warehouse. He threw in a pound ball and was thrown out. The child ran back to his mother and brothers in horror. When they came here, they found that the strange thing was that the wolf went back without caring, but Xiao always believed that it was not a wolf. When she returned to the room, Xiao kept staring out of the window. The little alien was unruly and frightened. The little alien fled to the mountain. Xiao was surprised and curious at the same time. On the second day, he took the rainbow bean cart to the mountain and used the rainbow bean to lead the little alien to his home. Xiao accepted the toys that the little alien liked and told him that he wouldn't hurt him. When his brother came back from playing baseball, Xiao asked his brother to make a promise not to tell his mother and let him see the little alien. My brother was frightened and couldn't speak when my sister suddenly shouted, At this time my brother came to his senses, quickly covered my sister's mouth, and hid it in the cabinet with a small piece of Star People. Xiao Ai was outside to deal with the mother who came from Wenqing. After dealing with her mother, Xiao Ai asked them to come out, and told them to keep it a secret from others, including her mother. They agreed and reported a lot of snacks. My sister also brought a pot of hoops of flowers to give to the little alien. The little alien used his own ability to make the dead flowers come alive. Xiao Ai asked where the little alien came from. The little alien used his superpowers to make several shot puts fly, forming the shape of the sun. Because Xiao Ai discovered the little alien, Xiao Ai could feel the thoughts of the little alien. He understood the meaning of the little alien and knew that he was from an alien, so he named her E.T. On the second day, Xiao Ai went to school and there was no one at home. The little alien ETT was at home. He opened the refrigerator and found the skin wine. Furious, he drank it all in one gulp. The drunk ET walked shakily, and Xiao Ai in class was like wine, unable to sit up, looking drunk. ET turned on the TV at home, and saw people communicating on the phone. ET also had the idea of calling home. He learned the language from TV, and learned about the fashionable anatomy of the phone. Xiao Ai looked drunk at the paralyzed frog. I imagined that he wanted to go home, so he caused a scene. The classroom released all the frogs. The school called his mother in anger, and she took her son, Xiao Ai, home. Upon arriving, he discovered that ETT could speak. ET told Xiao Ai to stay home, and gave him an alien comic book.